Hi everyone, I'm Xiao Yu from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you a new design, emerald vest from the Secret Garden series. This vest comes in two sizes, and the basic crochet method is the same for both sizes. Here, I'll demonstrate using the small size as an example. I'll explain the differences separately when we get there. The vest is made up of front piece, back piece, edging, neckline and decorations. Let's start with crocheting the front piece. The front piece is divided into two sections, the body and the shoulder parts. First, we'll crochet the body, then work the shoulder parts from the body. First, let's crochet the body section of the front piece. Begin with a foundation chain. Work back and forth in rows. The stitch techniques used are chain stitch and double crochet. Now, I'll demonstrate the specific crochet technique. To make it easier to watch, I'll use cotton yarn for this demonstration. The colors are chosen randomly. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the product detail page and the paper instructions. Pick up the corresponding yarn. First, leave a yarn tail and make a slip knot. Then begin with a chain stitch. Note that the number of starting stitches varies for different sizes. You can make the starting chain slightly loose to make the following crochet work easier. Check the number of stitches after completing the foundation chain. The sample swatch here has fewer stitches. Please refer to the chart for the exact stitch count. Once done, crochet the first row, make 3 chains to start, which serves as the turning chain for the double crochet. Match it to 1 stitch in the foundation chain below. Continue on this same stitch, pick up the top loop of the chain stitch, work 1 double crochet. Continue picking up the left side chain, and work 3 double crochets correspondingly. After completing, skip the next 3 stitches on the left. Work 1 double crochet and 3 chains into the next stitch. Take a look. Starting from the double crochet on the left side of the turning chain, this counts as 1 pattern repeat. This row is simply repeating this same pattern. Let me demonstrate another repeat. First, pick up correspondingly 4 double crochets to the left. Then skip 3 stitches. Work 1 double crochet and 3 chains into the next stitch. This creates another completed pattern. Continue repeating this same pattern down the row. Finish crocheting this row. Work 1 double crochet into the last stitch. This completes row 1. Consider this side as the right side of the piece. Now let's work on row 2. This row is similar to row 1 in crochet method, but the insertion position is slightly different. Start by making 3 beginning chains. Turn the piece counterclockwise. Pick up 4 double crochets into the left side chain loop. Then skip 4 stitches. Work 1 double crochet and 3 chains into the next stitch on the left side. This completes 1 group. Repeat this same pattern to finish crocheting this row. the last double crochet is worked into the beginning chain of the previous row. Hook into the top 2 strands of the beginning chain's chain stitch. This completes row 2. The remaining part of the body is crocheted in the same way as row 2. Continue crocheting following the chart to reach the required number of rows. When reaching row 7, remember to measure the piece. Compare it with the dimensions given in the chart. If the measurements are close enough, continue crocheting downward. If the measurements differ significantly, adjust your hand tension, or switch to a different hook size and recrochet. That concludes the body section. Remember not to cut the yarn after completing the body. Next, we'll crochet the shoulder parts, divided into left and right shoulder parts. Continue working back and forth on the body. Decrease stitches in the middle to shape the neckline curve. The left and right mentioned here refer to the actual wearing side of the garment. The new stitch technique used here is the half double crochet, DC2 tog, DCH tog, slip stitch. The right and left shoulder parts are crocheted the same way for all sizes. Just the number of pattern repeats in the middle is different. Pay attention to your sizes chart as you crochet. Let's start with the right shoulder part. Continue using the same method as the body. Crochet the pattern. Pay attention to the number of pattern groups. Once you reach the corresponding position, the first row is complete. Next, crochet the second row. Before crocheting, carry the yarn to the needed position. The way to carry the yarn is, stretch the loop, pass through the yarn ball and then tighten. Then turn the piece to the right side. At the stitch position corresponding to the turning chain of the second row, pull the yarn through. The carried yarn strand on the wrong side should be level with the fabric, or slightly longer, to prevent the fabric from puckering. This completes the yarn carrying. In the future, when you need to carry yarn, just follow this demonstration. Continue following the chart and complete this row. This completes the second row. For the right shoulder part after this, except for the last row, no new stitches or techniques are used. Simply follow the chart down to the second to last row. This is the swatch after completing. Pay attention to the last stitch of row 8. It's a half double crochet. Continue to row 9. Make 1 chain stitch, then turn the work. Pick up the left side chain loop. Make 1 slip stitch. The oval-shaped slip stitch here indicates not to pull tight. Continue by making 2 chain stitches, then skip 2 stitches. Work 3 half double crochets. Two chain stitches. Pick up the chain space and work 3 double crochets. Then skip the stitch and work 1 double crochet in the turning chain. After completing, make 1 chain stitch to secure. Leave a yarn tail, then cut the yarn. This completes row 9. At this point, the right shoulder part is done. Next, work on the left shoulder part, here on the right side of the body. From the side towards the middle, count the required number of pattern groups. Then attach the yarn at the corresponding position. Make a slip knot with the yarn tail. Simply pull it through. That's how you join the yarn. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Turn the piece over and complete this row following the chart. Continue all the way to row 4, before the last stitch, which will be a DC2 tog. No new stitch technique is used. Keep crocheting following the chart until reaching this position. Now we've reached the corresponding position. For the DC2 tog technique, first, work 2 incomplete double crochets at the corresponding positions. Yarn over the hook, pick up the chain space and pull through. Wrap the yarn and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. The incomplete double crochet is done. Then skip 3 stitches. Pull through 1 incomplete double crochet on the next stitch. Yarn over and draw through. Then yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. The incomplete double crochet is done. Then yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. The DC2 tog is completed. From now on until row 8, no new stitch technique is used. Finish row 8 by following the chart. Now let's use this swatch to demonstrate row 9. Make 3 chains to start. Work 1 double crochet in the left chain space. Skip 4 stitches and work 1 double crochet and 2 chains. Work 2 half double crochets in the left chain space. Then work a DC tog. This is the wrong side of the piece. Read the chart from left to right. First, pull through 1 incomplete half double crochet. Yarn over and draw through. The incomplete half double crochet is done. Then work an incomplete double crochet on the next stitch after skipping 2 stitches. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The DC tog is done. At this point, row 9 is completed. Secure the yarn ends. The left shoulder part is also done. At this point, the entire front piece is completed. Move on to crocheting the back piece. The back piece is almost similar to the front piece. It is also divided into body and shoulder parts. Refer to the chart to crochet. No new stitches or techniques are used. Refer to the front piece demonstration to finish it. That's all for the back piece. Next, crochet the edging. The edging is worked separately on the sides of the front and back pieces, and along the bottom edge, divided into section 1. Section 2, joining section and pineapple pattern section. Section 1 and Section 2 are identical on both front and back pieces. Once these 2 sections are completed, align the shoulder positions of the front and back pieces and join them together. Then crochet the pineapple pattern section. Now, let's start with Section 1. Since Section 1 and Section 2 are exactly the same on front and back pieces, we'll demonstrate using the front piece as an example. The new stitches used are DC2 in 1 and DC3 in 1. Let's start with row 1. With the right side of the front piece facing us, join the yarn on the edge of the second to last row at the top left position. Then make 1 beginning chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. This beginning chain does not count as a stitch. Then start picking up stitches along the edge and work single crochets. The number of single crochets here is fixed. We'll follow the pattern of 8 stitches over 3 rows, which means working 2 single crochets into the joining spot and 3 single crochets along the left side's turning chain edge. Work 3 single crochets along the double crochet edge. This gives us a total of 8 stitches across 3 rows. Now follow this same pattern all the way down this side edge. After finishing, remember to check the stitch count. Once done, work 3 chain stitches. Then we reach the starting point of the front piece. Pay attention here. The number of stitches worked into the starting point differs between sizes. Refer to your size's pattern chart for crocheting. For the large size, work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, while for the small size, no crocheting is needed. Then start following the pattern of picking up 13 stitches every 2 groups, meaning work 13 single crochets across every 2 pattern groups. Work 1 single crochet into the insertion position of the double crochet below. Into the left side chain space, work 2 single crochets. Into the insertion position for the double crochet on the left side, work 3 single crochets correspondingly. Skip 1 stitch. Work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Into the left side chain space, work 2 single crochets. Into the insertion position for the double crochet on the left side, work 4 single crochets correspondingly. This creates 13 stitches across 2 pattern groups. Continue crocheting downward following this pattern. Note that at the end of a row, no longer follow the pattern. Refer to the pattern chart for your specific size. Work the required number of stitches. After finishing the single crochets on the starting chain, work 3 chains. Now we're back to the front piece side. Work along the side using the same technique as before. Work the required number of stitches. After finishing, remember to check the stitch count. That's all for row 1. Now let's move on to row 2. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Turn the piece over. Skip 1 stitch into the next stitch position. Work a DC2 in 1, which means working 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So a DC2 in 1 is completed. Then work a chain space. Skip the next 3 stitches on the left side. Into the next stitch, work a DC3 in 1, which means working 3 double crochets into the same position. So the DC3 in 1 is completed. For easier explanation, let's call this stitch pattern a leaf. Continue with 1 chain. Skip 3 stitches, then work 1 leaf. From now on, alternate between chains and leaves. Keep going until this side edge is completed. Remember to skip 3 stitches between every 2 leaves. After completing the last leaf on this edge, work 1 more chain. Then work 1 leaf, 3 chains and 1 leaf into the left side chain space. Then work 1 chain space. Now you're at the bottom edge position. Skip 2 stitches. Work 1 leaf in the next stitch. Then continue alternating between leaves and chains. Complete all the stitches on the bottom edge. Take a look. For the corner with 3 chains, work 2 leaves on top of it. Between these 2 leaves, leave a space of 3 chains. For the rest of the parts, work 1 chain space. Except on both sides of the corner where you skipped 2 stitches. In other areas, skip 3 stitches before working the next leaf. Follow this pattern according to the chart. Complete this bottom edge and the corner on the left side. And work until there are 6 stitches remaining on the opposite side. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Don't forget to work the chain space. Then work 1 DC2 in 1. Skip 1 stitch. Then work 1 double crochet. With that, the second row is completed. Now let's work the third row. Start with 3 chains as beginning chain. After turning the piece over, work a leaf in the chain space of the 1 chain on the left side. Work 1 chain space between every 2 leaves. Continue working until reaching the corner with 3 chains on the left side. When reaching the corner with 3 chains, work 2 leaves on that spot. With 3 chain spaces between these 2 leaves. Take a look at the corner with 3 chains, work 2 leaves above it. With 3 chain spaces between these 2 leaves. For the rest of the section, work 1 chain space. All leaves are worked into the 1 chain stitch from the previous row. Continue downward following this pattern. Complete this row by following the chart. After finishing the last chain space, work 1 double crochet into the starting chain stitch on the left side. This completes the third row. For the fourth row that follows, the technique is similar to the third row. Refer to the previous demonstration. Complete the fourth row by following the chart. This is the completed sample swatch. Continue by crocheting 1 chain stitch to secure. Cut the yarn after leaving a longer tail. This tail will be used for joining later. You can leave it a bit longer. That's all for edging section 1 on the front piece. Using the same crochet method, complete edging section 1 on the back piece. Next, let's move on to section 2. We'll continue using the front piece as the example. This part is crocheted back and forth on this side in the middle of section 1. The large size crochet method is similar to the small size. Just starting from row 3, you add 1 extra stitch at both the beginning and end. Those learning the large size can first watch the video demonstration, then follow the chart for crocheting. The new stitch techniques used are the HDC3 large puff stitch, the CH3SL picket, and the treble crochet. Now, let's show. Start with row 1. Hold the front piece with the bottom edge facing up, with the right side facing us. Join the yarn at the right corner position of section 1. Then work 1 leaf in each chain space. And chain 1 between every 2 leaves following the pattern. Work all the way to the left corner position. After that, row 1 is completed. Next, work row 2. Make 3 chains to start. Turn the piece over and work 1 chain space. Continue following the same pattern as the previous row. Finish this row. Finally, work 1 double crochet in the turning chain. Row 2 is completed. Now work row 3. Make 1 chain to start. Skip the first stitch. Work 1 single crochet and 4 chains in the left chain space. Then skip 6 stitches. Remember, the chain space counts as 1 stitch. In the next stitch, work 2 double crochets, 5 chains, 2 double crochets and 4 chains. Treat the part you've already crocheted as one group. Repeat the pattern of one group and continue crocheting downward. Remember to leave 6 stitches between every 2 groups. And when crocheting, if you encounter a chain loop, simply pick up the entire chain loop to crochet. Finally, work 1 single crochet in the left chain space. At this point, row 3 is completed. Continue to crochet row 4. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Turn the piece over and chain 3. Then work 1 HDC 3 large puff stitch into the chain spaces of the 5 chains on the left side. Referred to simply as the puff stitch from now on. The way to crochet this stitch is, first, work 3 incomplete half double crochets, yarn over and draw the yarn through. The incomplete half double crochet stitch is now completed. Slightly pull up the loop on the hook. Continue by working 2 more incomplete half double crochets in the same position. After completing, there will be 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 6 loops on the hook, leaving 2 loops remaining. Yarn over and draw through in once. This completes the puff stitch. Next, work 4 chain spaces. Continue by working 1 puff stitch in the current chain space. First, work 3 incomplete half double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through the first 6 loops. Yarn over again, and draw through the remaining 2 loops. The puff stitch is now completed. Here, work 5 puff stitches on this chain space. Work 4 chain spaces between each 2 puff stitches. Follow the pattern to complete these stitches. After completing, work 3 chain stitches. On the left single crochet stitch, work 1 single crochet and 3 chain stitches. Check the pattern of this row. Work single crochet above the single crochet, with 3 chain spaces on both sides. In the 5 chain space, work 5 puff stitches. With 4 chain spaces between every 2 puff stitches. Continue following the pattern. Refer to the chart to finish this row. The last stitch is a double crochet. After completing it, row 4 is finished. Now work on row 5. Start with 4 chains as the turning chain for treble crochet. Then turn the piece over. Work 2 more chains. Then in the 4 chain space on the left side, Work 1 single crochet correspondingly into each space, with 4 chain spaces between every 2 single crochets. Pay attention. The chain spaces on both sides of the single crochet from the previous row are 3 chains. Skip those and don't crochet. Continue working this row following the same pattern. After finishing the last 4 chain space, work 2 more chains. Then work 1 treble crochet on the starting stitch from the previous row. There are quite a few stitches here. You can count the chain stitches from bottom up to find the corresponding chain position, and work 1 treble crochet on it. Yarn over the hook twice, insert the hook and draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Now the 5th row is completed. Next, work on the 6th row. Start with 4 chain stitches as beginning chain. Turn the work over and work 3 more chain stitches. In the 3 chain spaces above the puff stitches, work 1 single crochet into each space accordingly. Work 4 chain stitches between every 2 single crochets. Treat the 3 single crochets and the chain spaces between them as one group. Repeat this group in the same position. Pay attention to work 6 chain spaces between every 2 groups. Follow this pattern to finish this row. After completing the last single crochet, work 3 more chain stitches. Then work 1 treble crochet into the top chain of the beginning chain. Yarn over the hook twice. Find the top chain stitch loop of the beginning chain. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 3 times. This completes 1 treble crochet. Now row 6 is completed. Continue to crochet row 7. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. After turning the fabric piece over, work 4 double crochets into the left side chain space. Then work 1 single crochet into the left side chain space. Chain 3. Then work a CH3SL picket, commonly referred to as a picket from now on. First, chain 3. Then, on the chain before these 3 chains, pick up both strands of the chain. Make 1 slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the picket. Chain 2. Work 1 single crochet into the left side chain space. Into this large chain space on the left side, work 9 double crochets. Once completed, take a look. Starting from this single crochet, consider this section as one group. Repeat this group pattern to finish the row. Let me demonstrate the picket stitch again. First, chain 3. Then, on the chain before these 3 chains, pick up both strands. Make 1 slip stitch. This picket stitch is now completed. Continue crocheting downward. Work 4 double crochets into the last chain space. Work 1 more double crochet into the turning chain. That completes row 7. Secure with a chain stitch. Leave a yarn tail, then break the yarn. That's the end of section 2, edging for the front piece. Follow the same technique to complete section 2, edging for the back piece. Once both front and back pieces have completed section 2 edging, align them with right sides facing each other, ready for joining. Here we'll use the crocheting and joining as you go method. Work single crochets and chain 2 to 4 stitches to connect. The exact number of chains can be adjusted based on the actual effect and personal preference. Now I'll demonstrate using this swatch. Align the last row of the front and back shoulder parts. Pick up the reserved yarn tail from edging section 1. At the edge position, insert hook through both fabric layers, stitch or 2 strands. Join the yarn. Then make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Continue crocheting chain spaces downward. Here I'll use 3 stitches as an example. Then move left about the width of the chain braid, or slightly less distance. Pick corresponding stitch or chain space to insert hook. Work 1 single crochet correspondingly. Continue crocheting chain spaces after completing. Then insert hook at approximate position and work single crochet. Continue connecting following this method afterward. When reaching yarn tail position, place it over the hook and crochet together, wrapping around. Work 1 single crochet at the ending. Then secure the yarn and cut the yarn. Weave the yarn tail into the backside texture of the fabric. Later, when meeting yarn weaving positions, I'll refer to this demonstration. Now one side of the shoulder position is connected. Turn to the right side to check the effect. Everyone follow the same method. Complete the other shoulder connection. Now the connecting part is finished. Next, we'll crochet the pineapple pattern section. This section has 2 identical pieces. They are worked and joined along the sides of the front and back pieces. The crochet method for these 2 pieces is the same. Each pineapple pattern section is divided into the left side and right side with the shoulder seam as the center. When crocheting, start with the right side, then crochet the left side. When crocheting the left side, some areas need to be worked and joined with the right side as you go. To form the armhole section, no new stitch techniques are used. Now I'll demonstrate. Start with the right side first. At the right side of any shoulder joining point, join yarn in the first stitch of section 1's right side. then chain 5. Turn the work over. Continue by crocheting 2 double crochets, 2 chains and 2 double crochets in the joining spot. Now the first row is done. For rows 2 and 3 that follow, make sure to pick up chain spaces and crochet into them. Here, you'll be turning back and forth quite often. We don't have to turn counterclockwise at the end of every row. After completing, crochet row 4. First, chain 2. Turn the work. Skip 5 stitches to the right from the joining point. Make 1 slip stitch in the 6th stitch. This connects once with section 1. Continue crocheting rows 4 and 5. After completing row 5, proceed to row 6. Again, start by chaining 2. Turn the work. Skip 5 stitches from the previous joining point. Make 1 slip stitch in the 6th stitch. This creates another connection. This is the joining method for the pineapple pattern section. Now let's take a look at the chart. Note that my diagram here is for teaching purposes only. In practice, please follow your actual project. The pineapple pattern section is always worked back and forth in rows. On the even numbered rows on the side closest to section 1, join with a slip stitch to section 1. We start from row 7 here. Each group of 8 rows forms one pineapple pattern. 7 complete pineapple patterns are worked separately on both left and right sides. Each pineapple pattern is joined 3 times, separated by 5 stitches, 9 stitches, 5 stitches. After finishing the last pineapple pattern, the remaining part will no longer be joined. Pay attention to the joining positions, refer to the chart. That's all for the right side. After finishing the right side, continue crocheting on the left side. Find the corresponding position to attach the yarn. Note that you don't turn the work after attaching the yarn here. Continue crocheting on the right side, and on the odd-numbered rows of the first 9 rows. Work while joining with the odd-numbered rows of the right side, using slip stitches. For row 1, start with chaining 2, then pick up a chain space at the symmetrical position. Work a slip stitch into the picked up chain space, then continue crocheting the rest of the row. Now let's look at the actual project. After completing row 9 on the left side, you should have joined with 5 rows of the right side. The remaining part will basically be identical to the right side. Following the previous demonstration, start by finishing the first 3 pineapple patterns. Then starting at row 3 of the 4th pineapple pattern. Connect to the symmetrical position of the 4th pineapple pattern on the right side. This creates the armhole opening. Each pineapple pattern gets connected 3 times. The joining method is the same as the one used for connecting the pineapple pattern to section 1. Refer to the previous demonstration for crocheting. Remember to maintain symmetry in the connection position, don't make it crooked. Continue all the way to the last complete pineapple pattern. All of them need to be connected to the right side. The remaining parts don't need to be connected. Continue downward following the previous demonstration. Refer to the chart and finish crocheting the left side. That completes the explanation for the left side. Next, follow the demonstration to finish crocheting the pineapple pattern sections on the other side edges of the front and back pieces. That completes the explanation for the edging part. Next, we'll crochet the neckline. It's crocheted in rounds at the shoulder parts positions of the front and back pieces. No new stitch techniques are used. Below is the demonstration. Let's start with the first round. Join the yarn at the connecting point on the right side of the back piece's right side. Then make one beginning chain. Next, work single crochet in rounds around the neckline. You can refer to the chart here, or roughly work evenly spaced stitches as needed, to make it easier to work evenly. You can divide the front and back pieces separately into several equal sections using stitch markers. Then on each marked section, work evenly spaced stitches as needed. Start working the single crochets downward. Continue until this round is completed. If you come across a yarn carrying position while crocheting, lift the carried yarn over the hook, and crochet it together as you go. Note that the total number of stitches should be a multiple of 4. The number of picked up stitches can be adjusted according to the actual situation. The method is based on the pattern chart. Increase or decrease by multiples of 4 stitches. After completing, slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the first round is complete. Next, crochet the second round. First, crochet 1 leaf. Since this is the beginning of the round, start with 3 chain stitches as a beginning chain. Continue by crocheting 2 double crochets in the first stitch. This completes 1 leaf. Then crochet 1 chain stitch interval. After that, alternate crocheting leaves and 1 chain stitch. Between every 2 leaves, skip 3 stitches. Follow this pattern to complete this round. After finishing the last leaf, crochet 1 single crochet in the turning chain, instead of 1 chain stitch, to join the beginning and ending of the round. This completes round 1. Then crochet round 2. First, pick up the small hole below and crochet 1 leaf. Then crochet 1 chain stitch interval. Next, on the left side chain hole, crochet 1 leaf in each. Leave 1 chain stitch between every 2 leaves. Follow this pattern to complete this round. Replace the last chain stitch with 1 single crochet. This completes round 2. Round 3 will be crocheted the same way as round 2. Just follow the previous demonstration to complete round 3. Here, the last stitch of round 3 is a chain. Then slip stitch into the starting chain. After completing, leave a yarn tail, and then break the yarn. Then weave in the tail on the wrong side of the fabric. This completes the neckline. After finishing the neckline, weave in all the remaining yarn tails on the wrong side as well, and trim off any excess tails. Finally, let's make the decorations. The decoration here consists of 2 Romanian cords, and they will be threaded through the bottom edge of both the front and back pieces, and the edging below. After threading, secure a purl button at each end. Next, I'll provide a video demonstrating how to crochet the Romanian cord. Please refer to the video demonstration, and follow the chart to crochet the desired length of Romanian cord. Remember to leave at least 20 cm yarn tails at both ends for securing the buttons. Now demonstrating the crocheting method of the Romanian cord. Chain stitch to start. Work 2 chain stitches. Insert the hook into the top half stitch of the first chain stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Pull through both loops on the hook. Keep the hook in place. Rotate the fabric piece underneath clockwise. Then, pick up 2 strands like this with the hook. Yarn over. Hook out. Yarn over again. Pass through the loop on the hook. Continue rotating the fabric piece clockwise. Pick up 2 strands like this with the hook. Yarn over. Work a single crochet. Continue moving clockwise down the fabric piece. Pick up the same 2 strands from earlier, and work a single crochet. Keep repeating this method from the back. Rotate the fabric piece clockwise. Then pick up the 2 vertical strands on the upper left, and work a single crochet. Crochet until reaching the desired length. Secure with 1 chain stitch. Leave yarn tails. Cut the yarn. If you need to sew together, leave long yarn tails. This is the crocheting technique of Romanian cord. Here I will use the actual project to explain how to thread the Romanian cord. Thread the previously reserved yarn tail onto a sewing needle. On the first row of edging section 1. At the adjacent pineapple pattern position. Insert and draw through. Try to keep the spacing small here. Evenly insert and draw through. When at the section 1 position, it means inserting and drawing through with spaced leaves. Thread through to the pineapple pattern position on the other end like this. Thread the other Romanian cord the same way. This is the threading method for Romanian cord. Next, secure the button. Thread the sewing needle through the button. Secure it several times. Then wrap the yarn around the securing thread. After wrapping a few times, tie a knot to secure it. Then weave in the yarn tail on the Romanian cord. This way, a button is securely attached. Following the demonstration here, secure buttons on both ends of the remaining Romanian cords. Make sure all buttons are fixed properly. Up to this point, this vest is completely finished. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.